Our true power lies in nonpartisan advocacy. Mabuiga, welcome back to the Garifuna Experience Podcast. I'm your host, José Francisco Ávila. Today we're talking about power. Not the kind of power that sits in a high office, but the power that lives in your hands when you walk into a voting booth. We're living in a moment where the principles of an inclusive democracy are being tested. Some might even say that they are under assault. But if we want to protect our future, we have to understand the participation gap that has kept our community, low-income neighborhoods, and our youth on the sideline for far too long. Today we explore how we break the unlikely voter cycle through Garifuna Voice. Now you might hear people say, our people just don't show up. But I want to challenge that. There is a negative feedback loop in politics that is designed to keep it that way. Most voter outreach is conducted by political campaigns. Think about how a political campaign works. Their goal is not necessarily to foster an inclusive electorate and to make sure everyone is heard. Their goal is to win an election. To do that, they spend their money on high propensity voters, those with a consistent voting history. Oh, and are affiliated with their political party. If you haven't voted recently, you get a label, likely voter. Because of that label, the campaign don't call you, they don't knock on your door, they don't send you information, and because no one is reaching out, you might feel like your voice doesn't matter, so you don't show up to vote. Then, and here's the kicker, because you didn't show up, they keep that unlikely label on your name for the next 4 years. Nonprofit organizations like the Garifuna Coalition are the only ones who can break this negative feedback loop. We don't see unlikely voters. We see family, we see friends, we see neighbors, and we see a community with untapped potential. We have the trust and the cultural competency to turn that exclusion into empowerment. One of the questions I get most is, Jose, can the Garifuna Coalition get involved in politics? The answer is yes, but with a very important distinction. As a 501c3 tax-exempt organization, we are strictly nonpartisan. This is not just a legal rule. It's our greatest strength. Being nonpartisan means our registration drives are open to everyone, regardless of political affiliation. We focus on voters who have not voted in the past elections. Our goal is to expand the voting electorate. We don't tell you who to vote for. We make sure you have the right to vote. We don't support candidates or parties. Our materials focus on the process of voting, not the preference of a political candidate. We support the Garifuna people and all New Yorkers. Our commitment is to independence. We advocate for issues and civic participation, not for party platforms. We can be neutral on candidates while being incredibly vocal on the issues that affect our lives, from housing and healthcare to immigration and affordability. That brings me to our flagship initiative, Garifuna Voice. That stands for Garifuna Voting and Organizing to Increase Civic Engagement. Our flagship initiative designed to build long-term civic muscle, rooted in local electoral data. This campaign focused on the economic and social empowerment of underrepresented groups. We're not just registering people for the midterm elections. We're building civic muscle for the long term. Our goal is to transform first-time and occasional voters into habitual, lifelong participants. Our strategy is built on 5 pillars. Number 1, year-round registration. Democracy doesn't happen once every 4 years. It happens every time there is a local primary or a school board vote. Number 2, data equity and the 2030 census. We need to stop being a hidden population. We are working to ensure we are counted as Garifuna. Number three, culturally sensitive voter education. We create and distribute voter information guides to assist voters on important election information, such as helping voters identify poll sites and obtain the status of their registrations. If you don't understand the voting process, you can use your power. Number four, youth engagement. We're connecting our Gen Z and millennial voters to their heritage through digital hubs. Our ancestors fought for their survival, and we fight for our seat at the table. Number five, redistricting advocacy. We have a task force watching the 2031 lines to make sure that our community of interest is not packed or cracked by politicians. Registration is only the first step. The Garifuna Coalition is here to walk you through the finish line. We provide nonpartisan candidate guides, help you find your polling site, and even assist with absentee ballots. We use our data to find the people the campaigns have ignored. We're looking for those unlikely voters to tell them, you're likely, you're necessary, you're powerful. That wraps up another critical episode of the Garifuna Experience Podcast. Thank you for listening. Our vote is our voice, and our voice is our power. We are expanding the electorate to reflect the community we represent. Remember, the future of the Garifuna people is in our hands. Until next time, stay united, stay proud. Sungube Lida Aba. Ayo. You can find new episodes of the Garifuna Experience Podcast every Tuesday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, iHeart Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your shows. Please rate and review the Garifuna Experience Podcast. It helps our history and our struggle reach the world.